he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
That was real soft and subtle, son.
Yeah, bro. I got my Sade flow on for the pod. Yo, somebody bring some motherfucking congos in this bitch so we can really get the ambiance going.
Yo, give me some sage in this joint right now, yo.
Oh, where's Kyrie when we need him? Hey, I realized last time, Terry, that I really thought I hit it last time, and I thought the viewers and everyone else was going to be able to see me in all my glory. But then upon hitting playback, oh, man, you already fucked up.
Yeah, I know. I saw it.
Yo, this shit ain't going to make it, dude. I'll tell you what, dude. I'm not spending 4 hours editing this fucking podcast. If this shit has like 5 breaks, dude, we're just going to fucking redo it tomorrow. Like, I'm dead serious, man.
We're back in the white, man. We're good to go.
All right. Well, anyways, welcome to the Habitual Line Steppers podcast, y'all. I'm Garrett Langley Henson.
And I am Terry Ricardo DeShazo the second.
Oh, are we doing MS-13 horns out here?
Open up.
Oh, we're taking the podcast global, huh? With that Latin flair.
MS-13?
Oh. Well,
MS-13, is that global?
Yeah, man. That's like some El Salvadorian stuff.
That's North America. That's Mexico, homie.
It came up from Central America, homie.
Central America isn't real.
First of all, don't be like getting so into the gang signs that you're blowing on them and activating them and like doing whatever joint. Like this whatever you just did looked like what the Power Rangers do before they make the Megamorph.
I just did the Kobe isolation. That's the ISO Kobe. He holds the triangle up and he's like, yo, Phil, open it up. And then LeBron's like, we already know what you're going to do. You're just going to get the ball and not pass it. The fuck?
No, the isolation signal is when Samaki Walker comes up to set a pick and Kobe just stares through his soul. And he's like, oh, never mind, slipping this one.
Samaki Walker.
Right? Who's going to beat Kobe's fucking ass his rookie year? I don't know if you ever heard that story.
Nah, I've never heard that story, but that'd be an interesting one to hear.
Kobe, Samaki owed him, money for a bet or something. Mm-hmm. And this is their freshman or their Kobe's first year in the league. And he was trying to collect or whatever, and other people wouldn't pay Kobe. So he tried make an example and go hard at Samaki Walker.
Mm-hmm.
He was in his face on the team bus, motherfucker, you gonna pay my money and all this other shit. And Samaki Walker just stopped and got off the bus. It was let's handle this shit right here then.
Samaki's a big dude, right? He
Kobe stayed his ass on the bus.
Yeah.
That was the end of Kobe trying to be a fucking tough guy, I think.
A tough guy against Samaki Walker. I mean, Kobe, whatever. He got two-piece by, what's the dude's name? Chris Childs?
Yep.
Was that the dude?
Yep.
Yeah.
He got pushed around quite a bit, to be honest. He wasn't people do a lot of the MJ Kobe stuff, but MJ would lock your ass in the locker room and be like, only one of us is walking out.
MJ is too competitive. Yo, you think MJ could beat an amateur boxer, in boxing?
In his prime?
Yeah.
If you gave him 2 months to train, yeah, I'd do.
2 months? What about 1 month? You get 1 month to train.
Yeah, I still say yeah. You remember the pool story at UNC where they're he lost his roommate in pool and then just played pool nonstop for 3 weeks?
No, yeah, I remember. I mean, there's a lot of stories. I mean, bro, if you really think about it, he played baseball, right? So everybody thought he wasn't good. And you remember the story, the coach, he was like, all right, look, MJ came in, he was hitting under 200. I gave him 6 months after that. When he left baseball for good, he was hitting 245. He was like, he hadn't played best fielders. Yeah, he was like, he hadn't played baseball in 13 years, and he was hitting 245 against guys who threw at 90 miles an hour. It's this guy can do anything he wants to do.
Except draft a good big man.
Sean Davis was great.
Yeah, you're great at Golden Corral. Now, listen, the NBA draft wasn't a draft that just occurred, though, Terry.
Nah.
It's the NFL draft, so we might as well get into that.
Yep.
We predicted, number 1 and number 2, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson.
Yep.
The party started at number 3, where the 49ers took Trey Lance.
Trey Lance. So were you surprised? Like, I was a little surprised. Just a little bit. But to me, the way that Kyle Shanahan plays, it made more sense. So I wasn't like, overly shocked that they took him. Well, like, I mean, what do you think?
I was really hoping they were going to take Mac Jones because I was like, nobody else wants to take Mac Jones in the top 5.
Yeah.
So please tell me that you traded up to take this dude who's going to fall all the way to 15. But as it got up there, it's like they said they traded up initially for Mac Jones, and in the month where they're doing their due diligence, they realized, like, hey, this Trey Lance kid might be like all-time high potential. So I'm not surprised they picked him because he can do more things than Mac Jones can do.
Yeah, I mean,
he can run with speed, he can run with power, he can throw the ball like stupid far downfield. Apparently, he ran a pro-style offense where he was like calling the protections, identifying the mic, and doing everything at the line of scrimmage. But for me, the thing that's not surprising me the most about it is like everyone's like, you're not going to pick a dude who only played 1 year of college up in fucking North Dakota.
Yeah.
Top 3.
Yeah.
But Kyle Shanahan has always thought he's the smartest dude in the room ever since he was with Washington. And so I knew he wasn't going to feel any pressure to take like the safe pick or the consensus pick or what all these mock drafts were taking because in his mind, he's known better than everyone for 15 years.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I like the pick. It's more of one of those things where like this guy's potential is better than Mac Jones's. You know what I'm saying? And like Mac Jones, he is a proven commodity somewhat. But at the same time, like he was valued to be like the 40th best player in the draft. Don't take someone that's the 40th best player just because he's a quarterback and pick him, at the 3rd pick in the whole draft. You cannot do that shit. That sets your franchise back years. Like if you pick a bad quarterback, you might as well say, hey, look, we're fucked for the next 5 years. Kyle Shanahan's done and as a 49ers coach. It's over. It's another reset. Every time you make a bad quarterback pick, it's another reset for your franchise. Every single time. It's clockwork. Yeah, some shit that can't be fixed.
The only people that got to dodge that were the Bucs, who replaced Jameis Winston, number 1 pick, with Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen anyone have such fantastic luck where they can fall right out of a number 1 draft pick into the GOAT.
Yeah, true that. I mean, he was okay for them too, but I guess his decision making is a little different. But he's probably. What do you think? That's one of the best free agent signings ever. Getting Tom Brady.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe the best, to be honest.
Probably. Like, free agents really don't pan out like that. If you really think about it.
No, they don't. And his presence there, like, enabled them to bring all these people back this year.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So they were able to, I think they got Antonio Brown again. All the receivers came back pretty much.
All the pass rushers.
Yep.
Everybody.
They got a legitimate chance of running it back. Tom Brady, 3 separate back-to-backs? 3 separate ones? He's untouchable, bro. Mahomes can't catch him, bro. It's over.
Hold on. What do you mean 3? Oh, got you.
Like back-to-back championships.
I was thinking 3 three-peats. I was like, wait. This motherfucker Bill Russell out here? Like, what?
He ain't got 3 three-peats. That'd be crazy. I know.
3 back-to-backs, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, 3 separate back-to-backs is kind of crazy. He's a monster.
And when I was a kid, like one of my favorite books was like this half and half book about Kurt Warner and Peyton Manning. And it was like, which one of these 2 quarterbacks is going to be the next best one for the next 20 years? Tom Brady wasn't even on the joint. It was like his first year in the league.
Kurt Warner, when he came into the league, was like 28. He was just bagging groceries.
He was playing in the Arena Football League.
Did they think he was going to be in the NFL for like 20 years?
Yeah, I guess.
48. Tom Brady's not even
Brett Favre.
48. Yeah, like what the hell?
By the way, on a side note, Tom Brady is still playing in my Madden franchise in 2027. It's fucking ridiculous.
Are you serious?
Yeah, bro. He's like 49.
Golly, that's kind of crazy. But yeah, man, the 49ers went ahead and got Trey Lance. I like the pick. And then at number 4, that's where the draft, started to pick up a little more. Your boys, Falcons, they go ahead and went with Kyle Pitts, the greatest tight end prospect ever evaluated in draft history.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I tell you what, we'll see if he still wants to be called a tight end come salary extension time. Or if he don't pull a Jimmy Graham and be like, I was lined up in the slot 60% of the time. I should be getting wide receiver money.
Yeah, he might. If they hit his ass with that damn franchise tag one time, he's like, hold on. Franchise tag for tight end is $20 million. Franchise for a wide receiver is $32. Right. Yeah, we go ahead and switch this up.
Exactly. He's like, actually, I'm just out wide one-on-one with corners. I don't even block, bro.
Yeah, he's like, I slimmed down. I weigh 240. I'm not really a tight end. You know what I'm saying?
No. He actually bulked up, though. They say he weighed in at 250. He came in. But
so what do you think about him, actually? Like, did you watch him play or anything?
I've just seen the highlights, man. I don't watch a lot of college football because that shit is just horrible. I got a brain in between my 2 ears. And
so let's take all your I'll take all your evaluations with a grain of salt that you didn't watch any of them play at all, not one single snap.
Not a snap. Hey, at least I'm being honest about this, and I'm not like one of these keyboard warriors who's like, and I went through all the film. It's what film are you watching, Mr.
First of all, I'm like, where did you get the film from? Did you just go to YouTube? Like, you asked someone to give you film and they sent it to you? That's definitely not what happened.
You went to YouTube Kodak camera and got developed.
Yeah, you watch the YouTube highlights, which are garbage anyways. I always tell people, if you want to scout somebody, just record a game, watch the game. You can skip through the other defensive possessions. Just watch the game when they're playing. You can college is real easy to see someone that's good. They jump off the screen. Like, it's so easy because you're playing against high school teachers and shit. You're gonna jump off the screen.
Doesn't miss 15 arm tackles in a game. I'm like, oh, he's going to the next level.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. That being said, that I didn't watch any of his games live at Florida.
Yeah,
like you see him on the videos and stuff. Like he's catching touchdowns over 3 Alabama DBs. Mm-hmm. Like all 3 of these dudes are in the league. He is mossing J.C. Horn, who the Panthers just picked with their number, 8 pick?
Yeah, something like that.
So it's like these are 4 dudes who he's making look like little ass kids that all got picked in the first 2 rounds in the league. So I think that tells you that's a pretty good baseline for his talent.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he's a beast, bro. He's honestly a beast. I can see why he was violated at the top. He was doing shit that a lot of tight ends now can't do in the NFL, honestly. I'm excited to see what he can do. The Falcons are going to need some pass protection, though, to be honest with you, bro. They are going to need some fucking pass protection.
Did you see we drafted 2 linemen?
And it's smart. The Falcons did a pretty good job with this draft. I'm really impressed. We'll see how it goes.
The opposite of Thomas Dimitrov's draft. And we didn't trade up once, unbelievably. We actually traded back and picked up another 4th-round pick for just moving back 4 spots. So that's the type of stuff I like to see that we haven't seen in Atlanta since 2008. But
no, that's true.
This brings me to my next point, which is all the talk before the draft was about Julio Jones getting traded. And our GM saying that he's accepted calls and, because of our salary cap situation.
Yeah.
We have to listen. We can't just say anyone's untradeable.
Yeah.
I think Julio Jones has to be fucking untradeable now. Now that you have Kyle Pitts, now that you drafted 2 offensive linemen, and a wide receiver, by the way.
Yeah.
Who is already my favorite player in the whole NFL, bro.
Who?
My favorite player in the whole NFL.
Is who?
Frank, what's his name? He plays with the Falcons. He's our 6'1". I've never seen anybody this exuberant about life in my whole life, bro.
Really?
On his call with the Falcons, man, it was like 8 minutes long. He talked. It was like Haji on coke level of exuberance. I kid you not. Like you could almost feel him attempting to hug the like reporters who are asking him questions through Zoom and shit.
Yeah.
It was just I've never been around somebody with that energy. Even like you could feel it through the screen. And his mom just died like 3 weeks ago. And all this stuff, and he was like the most positive, energetic person. And then I turn on his highlights. Every fucking catch is a 40-yard bomb that he's getting blanketed in coverage is making him over the shoulder joint. I'm like, whoa.
So bro's just a beast.
He's a beast, dog. He's a beast. But I think he didn't get a lot of shine because he only played like 2 games this past year. And the year before that, he caught like 30 passes the whole season. But all of them went for like 50 yards, and he had like 6 touchdowns.
So he's like a sneaky dude.
Yeah.
What round was it? The first round or second round? What was it?
We got him in the 6th. But the thing I'm saying about Julio now is like we've invested in offense. Like in this draft, there should be no excuse for us not having a top 5 offense in the league now.
I don't know about all that. You want to at least be like top. You could be top 10 maybe.
No, for the amount of salary and resources that we have invested in our offense, we should be top 5 minimum.
Who's the running back?
Mike Davis. We just
Who the hell is that?
from Carolina.
Oh, the big dude?
Yeah.
He's all right.
We brought over Cordero Patterson.
I mean, Mike Davis runs hard as hell. He runs like really hard. So we'll see how it goes. You can't have any objectivity because you're a fan of the Falcons.
I know. I'm saying from a resource allocation standpoint, like with all the money that they done put into this offense, they got no excuse for the offense not being good.
We shall see. I want to see exciting.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me break it down for you. All right. Just in terms of like draft picks and stuff. Matt Ryan, first round draft pick. Right? Yep. Julio Jones, first round draft pick. Alvin Ridley, first round draft pick. Hayden Hurst, first round draft pick. Kyle Pitts, first round draft pick. Jake Matthews, first round draft pick. Andrew Legidre, or excuse me, what's his name? Caleb McGarry, first round draft pick.
Yeah.
Then our center's a 3rd round. We just took another 3rd rounder. It's like no one on the whole offense who's starting is less than a 3rd round pick. So you're all number 1 picks.
So it's like no excuses for you. You're just like, nah.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, last year you could just say like the season was a wash because Julio just couldn't stay on the field, and you just couldn't run the ball. It was a tough season. It was a tough season overall for Falcons. So I totally get it.
Coached. The worst coach.
Did they fire the coach? They fired him, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Fired him. We started off 0-5, and we fired him. And we had an interim head coach, and then we fired him. So that was fun. But my final point about Julio and Pitts and all this is that when you do watch Pitts, at least on like the YouTube stuff, he has like all this wasted motion in his routes, but he gets away with it because he's so fast and he's so big. Yeah. But if he works with Julio and Calvin, like on the fine points that his route running, takes all that wasted motion out, becomes even more sudden, even more explosive. Yeah. I think Julio's worth keeping around just for like what he can teach. Yeah, that's true. We shall see, man. He does look like he's going to help the offense out. I mean, in skill position to evaluate because it's like you all kind of pretty much do like the same shit. And if you're good, you can easily see that they're good. If they're bad, it's really quick to see how bad they are. It's easy as shit. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited for y'all guys. Finally, we'll see. Hey. I'm excited for y'all guys finally too, Terry. Oh, yeah. In case y'all didn't know, Terry used to be a rabid Bears fan. His fandom has declined considerably since Brian Urlacher retired. Used to be.
Ain't no use to. I'm still a Bears fan for life.
Oh, now guys, he's back on the bandwagon.
Nah.
Now that Justin Fields has been taken.
I've been a fan. Don't even listen to this false narrative that Garrett's trying to put out into the air. When we drafted Mitchell Trubisky, I hated it, but I still watched just to see. He had a couple good games when he was a rookie. You know, it was exciting. But then I knew who he was eventually, was just some dude who played football at UNC that is not a football power. So, in the end, we have drafted the best Bears quarterback, so says Garrett, in Justin Fields, the guy from Ohio State, who I'm very surprised he dropped to 11. But I get it. After the top 3, really nobody else needed a quarterback. So,
I was surprised the Broncos didn't take him.
The Broncos are weird. I don't know really what they're doing.
I think we're going to get to that a little bit later, what they're doing. And it may involve the next host of Jeopardy.
Possibly. But so far, Justin Fields is probably going to be the third best Bears quarterback without even taking a snap. Third best already, starting off. He's the third best ever.
So are you telling me that you think he's going to start over Andy Dalton?
He should. Andy Dalton has proven, you know what Andy Dalton has proven to me? That he can be a great 8-8 quarterback. And we don't need to be 8-8 mindset. We need to think better than that. The team is set up to win. We have a great defense. They have a really good defense. The Bears defense is really good. The offense, there's not a whole bunch of – the running back position looks like it's decent. The O-line is okay. We just don't have, skilled position wide receivers that are pretty good. But
Allen Robinson is a beast. He's going to be so happy that he finally has a real quarterback. As far as what Anthony Dalton has proved to you, what Anthony Dalton has proved to me is that he needs to dye his hair brown because I'm sick of another fucking redhead out here making us look bad. That's what he's proven to me.
He's bad, bro. There ain't much you can say about it. He looked like he was all right, early on in his career, and then everybody figured him out after about, 6 games, you think?
He's another one of these dudes that they're like, well, he did it in college. He's going to do it in the league. He is isn't he number 2 or something all time in collegiate touchdown passes?
Something like that. I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure he is. It's like him, that Brandon Whedon, and Colt McCoy. It's like all the dudes who played the best in college suck ass in the league.
No way. Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to look that up. But I don't feel like looking up Andy Dalton stats.
No, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Greatest Bears quarterback ever is Jay Cutler. And then second is probably Jim McMahon. And Jim McMahon is only second because he won a Super Bowl. Because he actually was really freaking bad at being a fucking quarterback.
Listen, man. Jim McMahon listen, Jim McMahon wasn't riding no fucking exercise bicycle in the NFC Championship game, all right? Jim McMahon would fucking chug a beer and get back out on the field.
Yeah, that's true. But you sent me this, and it makes sense. The quarterbacks through 2012 that Allen Robinson has seen in his life was Matt McGloin from a Penn State team that was ravished by the guy who raped all those kids. He messed up their whole –
Oh, yeah. That's right.
that guy's – yeah, Sandusky. Then next for Allen Robinson was Christian Hackenberg, who I don't think has ever touched an NFL field in his life. Mm-hmm. Next was Blake Bortles. He played with him for 3 years. And then Allen Robinson had Mitchell Trubisky and Nick Foles. So those are the people he had throwing in the ball.
And he still has managed to be a Pro Bowler 3 of those seasons. Low key, is Allen Robinson better than Julio Jones? Is Allen Robinson the best wide receiver in the league?
Nah, he's good though, but he's got some room to grow. He's good. He's not that good yet. We'll see how it goes.
He's got to be on cloud 9 though after seeing Justin Fields after that laundry list of scrubs.
Oh, they're bad. The Bears quarterbacks in general, by themselves, our class has never had a great quarterback.
No.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You finally did it. This is it. You should be elated. I
don't think so. We'll see how it goes. I want him to be great, but I don't know if he will be. We shall see.
How many Bears games you watched last year?
3.
Nick Foles watched more than 3 this year.
Nick Foles was in one of them, and I was like, Nick Foles, what the fuck?
You gonna watch more than 3 Bears games this year based off Justin Fields alone?
Yeah, Well, you know what happened last year is we started off hot, and then I was like, don't get fooled by this bullshit. I was like, when they took out Trubisky when we were 3-1, I think, and they took him out. They took him out. We weren't winning the game, but it was like 10-0, and they pulled him off the field. They pulled Trubisky off the field. We're 3-1, and everybody's like, "Yo, what the fuck? Why is he doing this?" Nick Foles wins the game. Then we're 4-1.
You know who that was against?
Thank God. Was that against the Falcons?
Yeah. Right. The only team that can make Mitch Trubisky look good.
Nah, I mean, y'all didn't make him look that good that day because that was
y'all were still winning 10-0 when he got pulled.
he's bad. He's just so bad, bro. This shit's crazy, bro. Like, I don't understand these dudes that his arm power was fine. I get it. And Chicago's a tough place to be because the wind it's the windy city. Like, the wind is hard to play in. The stadium isn't like a pass-friendly stadium. But at the same time, not one single quarterback in the past, 60 years? Everyone has been bad. Every single one. It's not like we have bad receivers. We had some good receivers in the day. Like, we've had some good receivers. We got a good one now. But it's just like, I don't know, man. I'm excited. I am a little excited. We shall see how it goes. It's a tough place to play, man.
I think you should be, man. I think you should be very excited. I think Panthers fans should be eating their heart out right now after the Panthers passed on him to take J.C. Horn to cornerback at number 8.
Yeah. And you know what? Is he really? Like, he's not even the best cornerback, I don't think. Why would they take him?
He wasn't rated over Surtain.
Yeah.
But I think both of those guys have a good shot to be really good. I mean, both their dad were Pat Surtain's dad and Joe Horn's dad were both Pro Bowlers in the NFL.
Yeah.
So usually, like, that type of lineage bodes pretty well.
He's got the good pedigree. He's got the good pedigree. His team's ready.
That shit counts for something, though, man. It really does.
Bro, sometimes, bro. But, like, really, really think about it.
I am. It counts for something. There aren't a lot of, like, top prospects whose dads were great athletes who turned out to be busts.
I can name a lot.
Who? Whose dads were great athletes?
Whose dads were great athletes and their sons aren't good?
No, yeah, but their sons were like first round pick and then didn't turn out to be good. You see what I'm saying? Like, there are no sons who are busts who get taken in the first round. Like, you know what I'm saying? Donovan Mitchell or Pat Surtain or like any of these guys, Eli Manning, Peyton Manning.
They end up being okay.
If you get good enough where you're going to get drafted in the first round and you're the son of whatever athletic great, you're usually going to be pretty freaking good.
It does. It's a little more in football. Like, some of the basketball stories are, you know, I mean, basketball is harder to be great in, but football, I understand. It's a lot more people. So they do end up being okay. But, I don't know. We'll see, man. The Panthers, bro, I don't know what the hell they're doing. Like, they make North Carolina look like we're idiots. Him, the Panthers.
No. They're just repping South Carolina on this one.
North Carolina ain't in this one. It's all South Carolina on that one.
South Carolina Panthers this year.
Hey, man, but honestly, though, for a franchise to be, like 25 years old, 2 Super Bowl appearances is not the worst thing in the world. Because it's really hard for, like, a franchise to just come out of nowhere in football. Ask the Jaguars. They haven't been good, but twice? They've been good 2 times.
Yeah. And then they went to the AFC Championship game, and then next year, it was like they never played football before. I was like, what happened?
Injuries. Which team are you talking about? You talking about the team that was coached by Tom Coughlin or the newer ones?
Like, no, I'm talking about the one with Tom Coughlin with Blake Bortles.
Oh, you're talking about that team.
Yeah, the one that had fucking Ngakoue and all those edge rushers.
And Jalen Ramsey? You talking about the Jalen Ramsey joint?
Yeah, the one that were like they were holding teams in the playoffs to like 11 points and losing 11-8.
Nah, they just got injury plagued. It was unfortunate, like super unfortunate, because they were actually exciting. They got
Blake Bortles. That's what happened to him.
Yeah. Not many teams make it without a good quarterback.
Not a lot, bro. Maybe the Bears are the only one.
Pretty much. Bro, the Ravens, bro.
Hold on, before we move on to the Ravens, though, this Panthers joint,
Yeah.
I gotta wonder how much the Kyle Pitts pick influenced them picking J.C. Horn.
Who were the Panthers?
Yeah, seeing that like we have all these pass catchers and they have no good corners in their whole team.
Yeah, maybe. You know, I never think about that, but that makes sense because you play them twice a year.
Yep. And what's his face? Kyle Pitts said Horn was the best defender he played against in college.
Ah, okay.
Now he still had 70 yards and a touchdown on him. But he said that he was the best matchup out of anybody he played the whole time.
Yeah. He said it was tough. He was like, it was tough, but I mean, you know, I still did my thing.
Yeah, I'm still 6'7", so.
Yeah. No.
But so I gotta wonder about that, first of all. Other thing is, like, sometimes I think you gotta just realize you have a sunk cost. And I think when they traded for Sam Darnold, they're like, there ain't no way in hell that Justin Fields or Trey Lance, one of these guys that we like, is gonna fall all the way to us. And then it happened. And he fell all the way to you, and they're like, well, shit, we can't take Justin Fields. We just traded 4 picks to get Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
That shit is a sunk cost, man. It's over with. It's in the past. You can't allow like that you wasted money last week to prevent you from going out to dinner this week.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, eat a nice meal.
When you think about it, though, I mean, Sam Darnold was bad, but as I was saying, like before, though, New York, like the Giants Stadium or whatever up there, that's a tough place to be like a great quarterback as well. They don't have like a whole bunch of dudes that are just lighting it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they got like 15 miles an hour winds every freaking home game. It's cold as shit. And, you know, that's not a great place to be like, yeah, I'm Drew Brees. I'm about to light it up. No, you're not.
Right, exactly.
You're not lighting it up.
Bro, did you see what we were talking about, Zach Wilson, and all his sheltered Mormonism come to fruition already?
What happened to him? What did he do?
They had like all the picks line up, like the first 5 dudes on the stage or whatever. And I forget who it was. I think it was Jamar Chase. But he was like, the camera was there, and he was next to Zach Wilson, and he was like doing all this shit. He's like, yeah, we're coming, like doing like next year, and like look out for us and all this shit. And Zach Wilson was just sitting there like, like he had never been around black people before. Like real talk, and he just faded in the background. He kept side eyeing him, and then somebody just made a meme out of that shit. They're like, "Welcome to York, motherfucker."
Hey, I think. What's that? Your favorite stat that you used to say, tell me about Mormons all the time?
Oh, that fucking black people were descendants of the devil until the 80s.
Yeah, it was like until like 1978 or like 1982 or some shit.
Oh my god! Bro. He looked at that motherfucker and was like, "Lose in the morning."
Put that holy water on him real quick.
I'll tell you what, bro. If you're scared of black people, New York City is probably not a good spot for you.
It's a melting pot, bro. And I ain't talking about culture.
Oh my god. There's too much cream in that melting pot now.
Hey, here's what it is. So when we keep looking down at this dumbass draft, the other person I'm not excited to see in Philadelphia is Devontae Smith.
Nope.
Nah, man. Bro, Philly, bro. Like, why couldn't he go somewhere with a good quarterback?
At least they played together in college.
Once.
So it's like they have some chemistry. Remember?
Bro, fuck that. Because that's what made me mad because the Bengals took Jamar Chase because what's his name played with him before. And I'm like, there's 2 wide receivers better than him. And you're just like, nah, they got chemistry. I'm like, oh, okay.
First of all, wasn't no wide receivers better than him. He was the best wide receiver.
No, I'm talking about Jamar Chase.
I know. He was the best wide receiver.
What? He did. Bro.
He won the Bolitnikoff Award last season when all these dudes were
Smith
playing.
won the Heisman.
Okay, that was the next season, though. That was the following year. He didn't play last year. He sat out.
He sat out because he was hurt? Why did he sit out?
Nah, he sat out because of the COVID shit.
Oh, he was like, I'm not playing?
Yeah. He had 2,000 yards. Fucking Joe Burrow's season. Devontae had like 1,800 this year.
That's a smart man. He does know COVID is still real, right? It's still going on.
Yeah, but fuck it. I'm not going to see. I think this is the real thing is like, I'm going to say I'm not going to play because of COVID, but like, what happens if I break my ankle?
True. I mean, I get it. I get it, especially if you're not getting paid.
Especially because they saw Joe Burrow like went to the league. It's like, oh, who's my quarterback at LSU going to be this year? Fucking Joe Blow? Like, no.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It's a weird pick, but hey,
Because then they could do the Justin Fields shit to him. It's like, oh, he played great his first year, but his last year in college, he really showed a lot of like chinks in the armor. Stop Asian hate. But I just want to say, I think the reason they took Chase over Smith is because he had the same level of production. He had the rapport already with Burrow, and he's a bigger dude. He's like 210, something like that.
Nah, see the Smith thing. I'm not super mad about. It's the other guy, Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, I couldn't understand that one.
Jalen Waddle is a freaking machine, bro. Like, now that's the one I didn't like. But rapport.
I think we got different takes on this.
What do you say?
Mad that they picked Waddle so early and before
Waddle's good.
Smith.
A lot of people at Alabama said Waddle was better than Devontae Smith.
Yeah, I don't know who those people were.
It was the amount. I mean, he was hurt.
I don't think they voted for the Heisman then.
He got hurt. That's why he didn't get awards and stuff.
This is my reasoning for why I thought like Waddle was kind of a weird pick.
Mm-hmm.
That his best trait is getting down the field and taking the top off of defense. Tua can't throw the ball more than 30 yards, bro. Tua
can throw, bro. Don't fake on him like that. 30 yards?
Yeah,
that's tough.
He had the lowest, yards per attempt in the whole NFL last year by like a big.
That's because they didn't let him throw the ball.
He can't throw the ball.
He can throw, but they just
bro. Like you didn't never see him throwing no 50-yard bombs the way Mac Jones was.
I saw him throw some bombs. I saw him throw a couple bombs.
50-yard bombs.
I saw him throw like 2 60-yard bombs.
35-yard cherry bombs.
So he threw it 35 yards, and then his receiver was like, "All right, I'm gone."
Yeah, run after catch.
Man, yak. Get that yak. Nah, I mean, I saw him throw a couple. You all right. I'm just
what all this stuff says is that like that's the biggest problem with Tua is his arm strength, and he can't push balls into the second level of the defense. He can't make all the throws that like you want to see at the NFL level. And so it's like, well, if this dude is like mobile Chad Pennington, why the fuck would I go and get him Deshaun Watson or Deshaun Jackson, like the best deep threat in the whole draft? If you're going to be working slants and fucking comebacks and all this other shit.
You're just going to do like a West Coast offense type of thing.
Yeah. Why get the deep threat if you're going to run a West Coast style?
I hear you.
That was my only issue with it.
I hear you. Like, the thing, though, in the NFL, bro, it really matters if you can get it to the outsides. You know what I'm saying? If your arm strength is decently shitty, it's going to really be exposed because they make like they got those little hash marks in the middle of the field.
Yep.
In college, the shit's like you're almost on the out of bounds lines. But in the NFL, they keep that shit tight, and you got to make them big throws.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. You might be right about Tua, but we'll see. If you're say you're the quarterback of the team, right? But I give you Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, and Michael Irvin. I mean, they're gonna catch some of them. If you can't throw it 35, I'm like, look, let me get the best receivers I can get, and we might be able to do a little bit of something, you know?
Hey, I'm with you, bro. It's just like using your resources again, right? Like if you're gonna pick somebody in the top 10, you better make sure that's a slam dunk freaking pick. And I'm not so sure how they like jive like that. If I were them, I would rather have Devontae, who can work the intermediate routes and has the best release in college football.
No, I hear you. But the thing is, didn't they got this pick from somebody else because they had a good record, I thought, last year. Or am I tripping?
They traded the fuck around because they had the number 3 pick from the Texans. Then they traded that shit to the 49ers.
Yeah.
They did a bunch of trading around, bro. Because they got that pick for the Laramie Tunsil joint.
Yeah. I just think that their strategy was more of like, we are in a good position, so let's just try to, do something kind of sneaky that nobody else might do. And we'll see if it works. If it doesn't, we still have a good team. If it works, then, we're great. Kind of in the same vein as like the Denver Nuggets taking Michael Porter Jr. They're like, our team's already good. Let's just pick this guy who has high potential. If he doesn't end up being great because he's hurt, whatever, we're still going to have a good team. We'll see how it goes. They'll be all right. They're in a good position still. So,
yeah. I agree with you. I think overall they've drafted really well since they got the new GM in there and everything.
Yeah.
And just how they've gotten value, it kind of reminds me a lot of Sam Hinkie up in Philadelphia, how he was turning all these dudes who weren't part of the future into all these future picks and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to start seeing what Miami, you got to turn these picks into good players, but with all the freaking first rounders that they have over last year, this year, next year, year after that, so y'all should be a pretty good football team coming up soon.
Yeah, no, that should be fun. Anything else jump out at you?
Not from the draft. One last thing. We said we didn't know what Denver was doing at number 7, right?
Yeah.
Or was it number 9? I don't remember where they were.
They were 8 or 9.
Either way,
9.
They took Pat Surtain, the corner out of Alabama, over Justin Fields again, just like the Panthers. Now, there was rampant speculation online as to why they did this.
Mm-hmm.
First reason, number 1, John Elway is a racist.
Oh, snap.
I'm just playing with you.
That shit took me so hard off. Golly.
That's why he didn't want to come out and get drafted number 1 in college, too. Too many black teammates.
Yeah, that's why he liked Ed McCaffrey so much.
Yep. The other reason was that they were going for Aaron Rodgers to try to pry him away from the Packers.
Yeah.
Now, in case y'all been asleep since draft night, Aaron Rodgers has requested a trade for the Green Bay Packers. He's fed up with their shit, not consulting him about anything that's going on with the team, drafting a quarterback to replace him, not giving him any wide receivers or running backs.
Got him a cornerback first round this year.
Yep. And then apparently the straw that broke the camel's back is that there was some wide receiver on their team that Rodgers said he really wanted to keep around, develop, and he loves his potential. And they cut his ass the day before the draft.
Wow. Yo, why they hating on Rodgers so much, son? I mean, I heard he's a real life dickhead.
Yeah.
But at the same time, for the past, what do you think, 5 years, they really have not tried to help him out at all. And he continues to be great. But at the same vein, it's just help him out a little bit, and you probably could have got a Super Bowl. This selfishness as a human being to be this selfish and just fuck Aaron Rodgers as the owner or the GM of the team is egregious to the highest degree, bro. You own the team. Do you not want to win? I don't understand what's going on.
I think what they did want to do is what they did in Atlanta and be keeping all right, this is the end of Matt Ryan's prime. He was MVP 2 years ago. We got to keep going all in. And then now we don't even have enough cap space to sign our draft picks. You know what I mean?
I understand.
I think they were wary of doing that, and they're Aaron Rodgers is going to be a top 5 quarterback in the league for the next 5 years unless he hurts himself. So with these picks, why don't we make sure that we have sustainability and flexibility on the roster so when he retires, it's not going to be what the fuck are the Packers going to do now?
I don't agree.
I don't agree with it either. I just think maybe that's their reasoning.
Yeah, I was about to say, whatever reasoning you were just saying, there's no argument. Aaron Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks of all time. It's different. I understand why the Falcons would do it. Matt Ryan is not one of the best quarterbacks ever. Aaron Rodgers is a top 10 quarterback ever. You can't do that to someone that's that good. Just get rid of him or change. You can't do that. Win. You had a chance to win. He's dragging a team. A quarterback is dragging an NFL team to the playoffs.
I just want to say Matt Ryan has as many MVPs as Aaron Rodgers and has a winning record against him in the playoffs. But continue.
Congratulations. Does he have a Super Bowl win? No, he doesn't. Does he have
Would it change it? Would it change it? If Matt Ryan this year, if he gets it done with Julio and Kyle Pitts and everything like that, if he gets a chip Is he on the same level as Aaron Rodgers?
No. Who's the MVP? NFL last year was Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to know because he's really old. He's a really old guy who got MVP. Matt Ryan washed. How much older is Matt Ryan than Aaron Rodgers? Oh, he's not. He's younger. My bad. Just checking. Just checking in. Just checking the temperature of the room real quick, just to see what you're smoking over there, you Atlanta fuck. You're on that Cognac. Boy, what do they smoke down there, huh? That good stuff?
I think it's like what they smoke in the military, like the K2 spice.
Spice and cess and all that type of stuff.
I'm smoking Chinese 5-spice out here, bro.
Yeah, I hear you. Oh, one more take
That's why
on
my eyes so low. Go ahead.
one more take on big white stiff quarterbacks. Not Aaron Rodgers though, but Mac Jones to the Pats. What do you think about that? I got a take on that one.
Yeah, I think Mac Jones has got to be delighted. I think Cam Newton has got to be fucking pissed. I think Bill Belichick gets to feel right at home to have another dude who he can tell exactly what to do and how to do it for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
As much as Cam Newton is he's praised his like work ethic and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You're not just going to treat him some type of way or talk about him some type of way without him letting you know about it.
Yeah.
He's not a yes man. The way like everyone in the Patriots is a yes man, and they all just let Belichick do his thing the way he wants to do it.
Yeah.
And there's no one who challenges him, and that's why they got Tom Brady to fuck out of there because he started challenging Belichick.
Yeah.
Cam Newton is also that type of dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that trickles down to other players. You know what I'm saying? If your quarterback is standing up to the coach, you know, other people are going to feel emboldened by that shit too. So I think ultimately this is kind of like a move for Belichick to get things back to like the Belichickian principles. The greatest coach of all time gets back to his winning ways. And you know what I'm saying?
We'll see how it goes.
Tom Brady really stole a lot of his shine.
He did. But it's deserved. I mean, Tom Brady was great. Bill Belichick is still a great coach, but, you know, we got to be realistic here. You can't really win without having a good quarterback. Yeah, Belichick, he went 10-6 without Brady that one season. Whoop-de-fucking-do. How'd he do with an MVP? 8-8? 7-9? All respect to Cam Newton. We love Cam Newton. But Cam Newton is done. He's washed. His shoulder's done. He can't throw it past about 45 yards. That big arm potential, that shit is done. You know, I love Cam Newton. He's a hardworking dude, but if you can't be good at quarterback, what am I supposed to do? You know, there's a kid sitting there. We probably were going to do something different, but Mac Jones was sitting there, so we took him. I can't be mad at the Pats for doing that.
Are you ready for the Gil Brandt take?
Gil Brandt? Who the hell is that?
You remember the old white dude who's on ESPN who was part of the Colts?
Oh, God. That wasn't his name, though. What was his name, bro?
Yeah, it was Gil Brandt.
Was it Gil Brandt? All right, go ahead. Give me the Gil.
Oh, you're thinking of the dude who can't talk.
Yeah. That old white GM, bro.
Oh, my God.
You know what I'm talking about, though, but go ahead.
What's his name? Louis something.
I don't remember. But go ahead.
That'd be crazy. I don't even remember. Oh, I do remember. All right. The Gil Brandt take.
Yeah.
Cam Newton needs to switch positions and be a tight end.
Yeah, it's over for him. The only thing I'll say about Mac Jones is this. If history tells you anything about the Pats drafting quarterbacks high, Mac Jones is going to be garbage. Mac Jones is going to be garbage, but his second contract is going to be fat because he's going to have 2 games where he played really well for the Pats, and somebody's going to pick him up for about $60 million. So
just
Mac,
what's his face? What was that dude who went to Seattle?
it's not Castle, was it?
Matt Castle?
Castle left. Matt Castle left. He was decent at.
Wait a minute. There was Matt Castle, Matt Flynn, Jacoby Brissett.
Matt Flynn was the guy.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, and then the big guy that played at.
Yeah.
Big cat. I don't remember his name though, but he was.
Brock Osweiler.
No, it wasn't him. But he was about that height though. He's like 6'7".
I do remember who you're talking about. I do remember. Yeah.
See,
Where he played Arkansas?
Yeah, he played at Arkansas. See, he wasn't like those other guys though. See, like Matt Flynn and Matt Castle and like those other Matt Garoppolo, like they're just your average bland white guys. That dude, that tall Arkansas quarterback who we don't remember his name, he was more like Travis Kelce type. And
He was. He kind of looked like he was gonna fuck your bitch.
yeah. Bill Belichick was like, if you're gonna be white, you gotta be white.
Right.
I ain't fucking with this flavor shit. You need to white it up.
You wear fucking khakis, they have pleats in them. You hear me, Caucasian?
Yeah, like it. I don't know. That shit's funny to me. But I mean, Mac Jones,
Ryan Mallett.
Yeah, there you go. That was his name, Ryan Mallett.
I don't know where I pulled that one out from.
Thor's hammer. That's what they used to call him.
Oh my god, that's what they called his cock.
Yeah, I knew that.
That's when they got rid of him for Jimmy G because he was tapping into Jimmy G's porn star Jimmy shit too much.
Yeah.
They're like, there can only be one New England backup who fucks porn stars here.
We can't have two of these guys.
Right?
But
and Cam Newton? Could you imagine?
All three of them? Boy.
Oh my god, it's a mutiny. It's a mutiny.
Right?
Now we know why he got Mac Jones back. Mac Jones ain't gonna be fucking no porn stars.
Yeah, nah.
Mac Jones gonna be fucking the bitch from the AT&T commercial.
You want to talk about fucking Bang Bros?
Oh,
them boys having a good old time.
All right, let's talk about some Bang Bros, bro. Last night, KD versus Giannis banging against each other in the post. KD had 43, Giannis had 49.
Yep.
Bucks won by 2, I believe.
Something like that.
You watched the game?
I watched all of it, and then I missed the last 2 minutes of it. So what happened?
Your wife told you probably need to go somewhere.
Nah, I had to go to sleep.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's probably what happened. We were late to brunch. What happened is Giannis had the nicest end of game move that I've seen him yet to hit that game winner, bro.
Oh yeah?
Double cross, spin into the lane on his right side. He gets all the way there. Spin to the pump fake, step through.
Did Blake jump? I heard Blake jumped on it.
Out the fucking gym. Out the gym. It was perfect. Right out of the Langley Henson playbook. Then stop, fake scoop.
So what I heard
right through for a game-winning dunk. It was awesome. It was the most refined I've seen his footwork and how he was thinking stuff out ahead of time instead of just being like, yes, I got all the way into the paint. He got all the way into the paint, saw he was at his spot, stopped, let everyone else move themselves out of the way, and then hit it. I was like, finally. This is what I've been looking for years.
But so break down I think I missed the last 5 minutes or so. So, the only person I listen to basketball commentary really is Skip Bayless because he knows the most about basketball. Apparently, he said that Giannis, he played a good game, but
Pistol Pete, word.
Yeah. He said he pulled a LeBron, like a young LeBron. He couldn't. He was 1 for 4 or whatever in crunch time. He hit the game winner, but he had 3 shots in which he wasn't, totally being a beast. So, what happened in the last 5 or so? What would you say?
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when your best player is 7 feet tall and you want him dribbling around beyond the 3-point line.
So were they doing the same old shit that they usually do?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Except they're like, oh, we have the counter. Drew Holiday is going to be the screener.
Wow.
Oh, that really changes things.
So what happened? Did they just get a bunch of switches on it, or did they go? What did they?
Yeah, they'd hedge and then back away. He had one joint where they hedged and doubled, and then he was at the block extended between that and the corner 3.
Yeah.
And Bryn Forbes, they were double teamed with DeAndre and Bryn Forbes, and then Bryn Forbes just went back to his man, and so Giannis just went the Kobe between the legs twice into the pull up mid range. And splash that joint.
Okay.
But those aren't the type of shots I like you taking, bro.
Yeah, not really.
It's pull up mid range jump shots.
So for me and you watching that game, Did you see anything that you could take from there into the playoffs, or was that just Giannis was hot?
Yes. DeAndre Jordan can't be on the floor against the Bucks.
Okay.
There's not going to be Giannis was moving him in the paint.
Yeah,
he was a little kid.
He was killing him.
So if you're going to have no interior defense and you're just going to get bullied on the block, like what the fuck are you in a game for?
That's the thing. That's the problem, in which the Nets are great. I mean, yeah, they didn't play with – they played without James Harden in that game. But that's one of those things where it's like, yeah, build a wall or whatever, but what if, the Bucks decide to actually just post up?
Right.
I don't think KD is strong enough to stop him. And if DeAndre Jordan,
certainly not. He was bullying KD whenever he saw KD was on him, it was like dinner plates at the eyeballs. Yeah. But one of the things that you also have to take note of with the Nets, and the reason that DeAndre is so important, is their lack of length now after LaMarcus Aldridge retired. Yeah. So Nick Claxton and Kevin Durant are probably their longest defenders.
But they're tiny dudes.
Yeah, exactly. Both of them rail thin. You know what I'm saying? DeAndre Jordan is not the rim protector he used to be. And their most important defensive player on their whole team, Bruce Brown, is not nearly big enough to guard Giannis.
Yeah, he can't guard Giannis or Joel. That's the main thing for me, is those two guys, they can't really defend him. Because Giannis torched them the last time they played the Nets.
So what's the plan?
You got to double.
Jeff Green and double, right? That's what I would do.
Yeah, you got to double. That's it. That's all they can do.
They're going to make fucking Brook Lopez and Dante DiVincenzo and Pat Connaughton shoot 20 times a game.
Yeah. We'll see, like, the thing about the Nets is their defense, their overall defense is, middle of the pack NBA. But they give up, I think they're bottom 5 in points in the paint.
Yeah.
And like post defense and stuff like that, they're definitely bottom 5. And they don't.
There's no wild because they don't give up a lot of points in transition. Usually, if you're one of the worst teams in the at the end of the year in like shots at the rim and like field goal percentage allowed in the paint, you're giving up a lot of fast break layups.
Yeah.
Really.
That's usually how it translates.
People are getting to the rim in the half court.
These dudes, then there's no one else you can pick up from waivers. Ain't no, like, you got to figure it out. It's got to get figured out. And it's going to be a problem, honestly. It is what it is. We can see if they'll overcome it, but it's going to be a problem.
So right now, all the talk about the East is Nets and Sixers, and that's it. No one's really given the Bucks any chance to advance out of the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, it's a small peep. But watching that game,
we're not talking about the Bucks enough.
No, I don't think we should, because we've seen the same old story. Until they prove us wrong, we shouldn't talk about the Bucks being like an actual contender. But I think it is a little different because the top team, which is the Nets, can't defend what the Bucks are really good at.
Right.
So that's the only difference in the years before. The top teams were actually good at interior defense. So this is a flip on like how it usually is.
Not only that, but I think the Bucks, I think they went from being like one of the most watched teams in the league last year to being one of the least watched teams in the league this year.
Mm-hmm.
You usually don't see that type of flip unless you like lose an MVP candidate or something like that. But last year, like I probably watched 15 Bucks games, and that was just because they were all on national TV. This year I've watched maybe 4 or 5, but I've had to like search them out for the most part.
Yeah, for most of the NBA this year, I mean,
and PJ Tucker has been a great fit for them.
So that was a good pickup.
People forget that's a playoff contributor right there. Bryn Forbes has been shooting the ball exceptionally well.
That's another great pickup.
Has looked really good this year as well.
That was another great pickup. I think it's just more because the other teams are a little flashier. So what I'm saying? The Bucks aren't as flashy. Giannis is an old story, There's
no new storylines. Exactly.
Giannis is an old story.
No. And I think that's why people are sleeping on it a little bit, because there's no glitter on it.
Yeah. And every team that Drew Holiday plays for, everybody sleeps on him. Because he's the most underrated player in the league.
Yeah. Sleep at your own demise, guys. That Drew Holiday is an absolute difference maker. An absolute difference maker. And he's a dude whose style translates great to the playoffs. And always has.
I don't know. We'll see, man.
Hey, if Chris Middleton can be the third banana instead of the second banana, that maybe makes a big difference for them.
So you think Drew Holiday is going to be second and Middleton's third?
Come playoff time, yeah. At least in terms of importance, maybe not in terms of like the number of shots you get.
Yeah.
But the Drew Holiday is going to be more important to them than Middleton, I think.
Well, this is the thing I need to see from the Bucks. I need to see less one-on-one, and I need to see more Spurs ball movement at the end of the game. You know? That's all I need to see. Giannis, that was a fantastic move. I saw it. Good move, but it seemed like they were kind of figuring it out.
You just looked it up?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. Dude, that patience is going to be what takes him to the next level. All this stuff about like Bryn Forbes and DJ Augustine and PJ Tucker, those are nice pieces, but ultimately, if they're going to make it out of the East, it's going to be because of Giannis Antetokounmpo and how he elevates his game to the next level.
Yeah,
how he puts threats on defenses to guard him in a way that's a lot more varied than just build a wall.
Yeah, Giannis has to do something, bro. He can't be the same old Giannis. He can't be downgrading in the playoffs. It's time for you to get me about, what, 35? I need about 35 and 12. You need to really upgrade, man.
Need to upgrade you. One person who does look like they're going to be downgraded in the playoffs, if they make the playoffs, Terry, is LeBron James.
The Lakers are looking bad. They're looking really bad, bro. They're just not healthy, man, but they look so right now. Dennis Schroeder, didn't he hurt? He's hurt too, right?
Yeah, he's hurt. He's out 2 weeks now.
Jesus Christ. I don't know, man. You're not the biggest LeBron fan in the world. You think they still got a shot? And you heard LeBron was complaining about the playing game. It's like, you
got a shot.
You're complaining about the playing game, because you're in the 7th seed now, dumbass. You weren't saying
last year you loved that shit. No, I think they'll be all right, man. They're definitely still a contender. If you look at where LeBron has done the majority of his damage in the postseason anyway, it's been overpowered people with his back to the basket. It hasn't been so much of crossing people over at the top of the key, the insane feats of athleticism. Yeah, he had the chase down block, which is like the greatest defensive play in NBA history.
Yeah.
But like how he's been getting his numbers has been with his back to the basket and with his basketball IQ and skill and brawn. So I don't think an ankle injury is going to take too much away from that in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I still think he's with that version of LeBron that can punish any 4 or 5 in the league. You absolutely have a chance because the passing ain't going to go anywhere either. Passing out of the post. So that portion of his playoff offense to me probably remains unchanged.
Of course. We'll see. You definitely don't want to be like 6 though. You need to hopefully you jump up to 5 or something. Because you don't want to end up playing the Clippers. Like the Clippers, literally, they're just like, we want to play the Lakers really badly. Like that's really what they want. And you don't want to see them in the first round when you're not like fully healthy and ready. Y'all need to string some games together and do something, man, because it's gonna be a problem. The Clippers are sitting and they're ready. Not necessarily.
I'm starting to look up and down this roster, man, and it's just more and more question marks.
What, the Lakers?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting less. It's getting to the point where like I have the most trust in Kentavious Caldwell-Pope out of anyone on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like this is wild.
It is a little crazy. The one-time champ.
Right. Him and Alex Caruso are like the backbones of the team.
They kind of are. You got Marcus Morris. Then you got Montrezl Harrell. But then, he can't do anything with big men in the playoffs. Yeah,
I'm
not excited.
Wasn't thrilled about the Harrell sign when they did it at first.
Yeah, it was a little weird. It made your team a little deeper. It made your team a little deeper, but as you can see, if LeBron doesn't play, then they look like a pedestrian team, which is crazy. If you put together a team full of, what do you think? All these dudes are like B- players, like Schroeder and Harrell and Morris and Drummond.
Yeah.
You know?
All of them are like good 6th men, 7th men. All of them.
Yeah.
Are good coming off the bench for a championship style team. All of them. None of them should be starting.
So with this team and Anthony Davis, do you think they'll make the playoffs?
Yeah, they're definitely gonna make the playoffs.
No, I'm saying like if they started off with no LeBron, if this team had no LeBron and this was the foreseeable future, can they make the playoffs with Davis, Drummond, Harrell?
No. As we all know, LeBron and then Dennis Schroeder are 1A and 1B on this Lakers team.
Dennis Schroeder over AD.
Anthony Davis is going to go as Dennis Schroeder goes.
AD could not flip the switch right now, bro. I don't know what the hell's going on. I guess he's just complete, like, so out of shape that
he's
really
playing power forward. That's what's going on.
He's not a center,
Andre
man.
Drummond. If anything, they should have signed a power forward and made his ass play center.
Is that their best lineup? LeBron, AD, and Drummond?
No.
You don't think so? You don't like Drummond?
No.
You hate him.
Yeah, he sucks. I told you this when he got signed, bro. I said the only thing he's going to do is he's the type of dude that can look good playing with LeBron James, and then in any other situation, you realize that he sucks at basketball.
Did he make an all-star team, though?
He shouldn't have. God damn, he shouldn't have.
Did he?
I don't know. I hope not.
He was in the East, so it's a little different.
Shooting 45% from the free throw line, averaging 0.7 points per possession on post-ups.
He's shooting 57% from the free throw line now.
Only thing he could do is rebound and steal the ball. Those are two things you're really good at. Rebounding and stealing the ball.
We're all these Laker fans that were like, when we picked up Drummond, they were like, oh, we're the best team in the league now. It's over.
I love how all the Lakers fans are like, oh, great. Somebody to defend Nikola Jokic. like Jokic and Embiid don't make him look like a serial fucking retard every year when they play. Embiid was like tagging himself in Andre Drummond's house and shit on fucking Instagram.
This is what people don't understand. When you're good at offense, when you're spectacular at offense, it doesn't matter who's defending you. Like, basketball is just one of those sports where, yeah, you can make it tough, but he's still going to get 30 points. Yeah, and he scored 30 on 20 shots and not 15, but it doesn't matter. Like, he's going to get 30 points. And all of them they're going to pass the ball out if you're doubling them. Drummond can't stop Jokic. Embiid can't stop Jokic. Nobody can stop these dudes. Like, when it's one-on-one, they can't stop each other. They're going to get buckets. You just got to hope that you can make it tough. That's it.
Hey, but this is the other thing, right? Maybe they can't stop each other, but they're each giving each other 35. Drummond is like, I can't stop Jokic, and I'm giving him 6.
Give him 15.
At least I'm really making him work on the defensive end as I rebound the ball and then immediately turn him back around to pass it out of the three-point line without ever looking at the rim.
Does he do that?
Yeah.
Hey, I like it. Keep the possession.
We all know Wendell Carter is the worst offender of this, of getting his own rebound in the paint and immediately looking for a corner three. But I think Andre Drummond and Brook Lopez have to be up there this year.
Brook Lopez, no. I'll give it to Drummond. But here's the thing, though. Yeah, when you get a rebound and you kick it out to shooters, that's all great. But if you get a rebound and you give LeBron James another 14 seconds, that's a lot better than just kicking it out for a three-point shooter. It's a little different in the playoffs. If he can grab a board and you give LeBron an extra possession or extra 2 or 3 possessions that he normally wouldn't get, then you can give the Lakers a chance. But if Drummond is just going to be straight garbage and give you just 6 fouls and that's it and not give you 20 rebounds, then he's a worthless piece of shit. Just shouldn't be on the court, you know?
Excuse me. My other thing with him is the Lakers are so connected defensively. Like, they're so on point with their rotations and covering for each other. No one's out of place in a spot that they shouldn't be until the big penguin comes in the game. And he starts flapping his little tuxedo suit all over the court And the next thing you know, KCP and Alex Caruso are trying to rush to guard the same shooter.
Yo, why do they call him the Big Penguin? Why is that his nickname?
Because he can't take off and fly. I don't know.
Oh my god.
His game never elevated.
He's just horrible. I don't know. We'll see how all this slander goes when the game starts to slow down.
Because Pandemic P was already taken.
Pandemic Penguin.
Yeah.
Hey man. It's like, hey, look, it's gonna be funny, but it's different when it's not Montrezl Harrell guarding Jokic and Drummond guarding Jokic. It's gonna be a little different. I'm excited to see it if they even play the Nuggets, because that's the only team that has a good big man, right, in the West. Am I forgetting somebody?
Aiden is decent.
Oh yeah, he's okay. He's okay.
Aiden is decent. We already know no one's going to talk about Utah on this podcast.
Or Phoenix.
Yeah, no one's talking about fucking Utah and their 12-time defensive player of the year who can't stay on the court in the playoffs.
Rudy Gobert. You know,
Right.
See, that's the thing about this season too. That's a little different. Even though the Lakers, yeah, they are in trouble, but are we really scared of Phoenix? Are we really scared of the Jazz? No.
Yes. Phoenix? Yes.
Nah.
Yes.
Who is? You got to prove it. You can't just be the number one seed and then win.
CP3, bro. CP3 has changed everything.
Hold
CP3
on.
has changed everything.
Wait. What has CP3 done ever in the playoffs?
Are we really going to do this? Are you serious? He fucking knocked the Spurs out single-handedly when they came off winning the championship. How about
That's
that?
15 years ago. Come on.
Don't ask me questions about what he did and then don't want to hear the answer.
That's 15 years ago.
I gave you an answer.
That's 15 years ago. That was
No.
so long. How long ago was that?
That was
12?
when he was with the Clippers, bro. I'm not even talking about New Orleans CP3.
That's too long ago, bro. He's never been to the finals, man.
So that's so like oversimplified basketball now.
This is what they do. Isn't this what they do? They're just like, hey,
Listen, man.
CP3.
We're
Is he
here to
not- is he-
provide a
is-
better example, Terry.
When the going gets tough, he gets hurt. That's it. What? How can you defend it? What has he done? What has he proven?
CP3 is the greatest winner in
No.
NBA history.
He's not
ever
battle
won
tested.
anything.
No, he's not battle tested. He's not ready.
He absolutely is.
No, he isn't.
He is a winner who's never won.
No, he's gonna lose.
Yes,
He's a
he
loser.
is, bro.
Who says?
He constantly makes winning plays, and then other people just fuck that shit up for him.
That never won. He's a loser that continues to lose. He's a loser that continues to lose, man. That's it. Loser's gonna lose. Clipper's gonna clip. CP3 is gonna lose playoff games. That's what he does. That's what CP3 does, bro. He's a great player, but I mean, who's he playing with? It's playoffs, bro. It's different. Phoenix.
I'm dead serious, dude. I'm about to end this whole podcast right now. You just left, and now your audio is like 2 seconds behind your mouth.
Am I delayed?
You just came back a little bit. Hold on. Be talking.
All right. CP3's trash.
It caught back up. All right, the delay caught back up. I'll just fucking cut out that chunk. I almost just lost it, dude.
But anyway, so CP3 is garbage. No, CP3 is good. I'm just playing. But
See, this is the thing. If only DeAndre Jordan hadn't realized that it was the shot clock, not the game clock, that sounded at the end of the game, and had put back that uncontested layup, which would put the Clippers into the conference finals. But no, because DeAndre Jordan doesn't know where he is, CP3 ain't a winner now. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. Just because, I mean, look, even though he hasn't made the finals, that doesn't mean he's a loser. But, yeah, he hasn't made it. And also, I'm worried about his teammates and not him. You know, CP3, yeah, he's going to be fine. Devin Booker hasn't really been in playoff situations. DeAndre Ayton hasn't
He
really
was pretty good in the bubble, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he looked fine. But this ain't the bubble. This is the real playoffs. And there's going to be people in the stands this year, too. It's not going to be the same old shit. This is some different shit.
I tell you who's ready. Dario Saric. that EuroLeague basket ambiance.
Son, who's the actual second person on their team with like the most playoff appearances? I want to see if you can get this correct. You can even look at the roster if you want to.
I could even look at the roster.
Look at the roster if you want to.
All right.
The second most playoff appearances.
Who's their backup point guard?
Who's the backup point guard for them?
Yeah.
For the Suns? Shit, I don't even remember, bro. I really don't. I might have to look him up myself. I'm talking all this shit.
Let me see here. Oh, Jay Crowder.
Ugh. You trust Jay Crowder?
Yeah.
With
Absolutely.
what? With the basketball?
No, with playoff minutes, bro. With a corner three, defending another like wing. Jay Crowder has played in multiple finals, man. Don't sleep on Jay Crowder.
A lot of players have played in multiple finals. It doesn't mean they're good.
It does actually.
No, it doesn't.
That's what it means.
No,
If you win multiple no.
You trust J.R. Smith?
Yes, he was good. He was good.
Finals.
He was good. J.R. Smith was really fucking good.
Young blunder.
Yes, he had a high-profile mental error, but without hey, let me ask you this:
What?
Without J.R. Smith, does LeBron get that pin down block?
Probably.
Fuck out of here, bro.
I'll give LeBron the benefit of the doubt. But listen.
Don't have this same undisputed debate and be like, if you didn't have to go the up and under.
Nah. I'm not doing that. Like, he probably wouldn't have blocked it. But I mean, like, when I look at the team, I'm not impressed. Top three, pretty good. But then I gotta trust Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, Frank Kaminsky, Cam Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Dario. All these minutes are gonna get cut the hell down. It's not the same. You know it's not the same, bro. If these dudes are gonna come in and play 20 minutes and get you 0 points.
I tell you who I reasonably trust in the playoffs on his roster. It is more people than you might think, bro. D-Book, Chris Paul, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, Cam Johnson, Dario Saric, Torrey Craig, Etuan Moore, and Langston Galloway.
Go ahead and drop 4 fingers. I trust 5 players, and you need more than 5. It's proven that you at least need 7.
Yeah, you need at least 7 minimum.
So they only.
You don't think Etuan Moore can play some good playoff minutes?
In spots, but I mean, we'll see.
You don't think Langston Galloway can hit a big 3 in a game 4?
He won't see the floor, guaranteed. He's not going to see the floor. Langston Galloway is not getting in the game.
This is what you think until, like, random shit happens. And then you're like, oh, my God. But, like, this happens every year. It's like, oh, he didn't play the first 2 series. And now Myers Leonard is starting the NBA Finals.
Yeah, but Phoenix isn't battle-tested like that. Miami was a tough team. That's different than Phoenix. This is the first time that this group of guys is in the playoffs together as a team. I trust Utah more than I trust Phoenix, if I'm being completely honest. If I'm being completely honest. With no practices because of COVID, I definitely trust Utah.
The only thing about Phoenix that makes me not trust him is Ayton. That's the thing, because it's like
they're your third banana, yeah.
And the only big man on your roster who you're gonna have to depend on so much. Frank Kaminsky, Dario Saric, these guys are not the answer. So you're gonna need him to step up and be big time. Not only just in like his stat sheet, but in all the Chris Paul minutia and your pick and roll coverages, all the like mental stuff that goes in during the playoffs. That's what concerns me the most with Phoenix, is that they don't – if they had a strong vet playing center behind Ayton, if they had, for example, if they had traded for Steven Adams instead of the Pelicans, I'd be like, oh, you know what? I got a little bit more confidence in them.
Mm-hmm.
But with Jalen Green being their backup center, or Dario Saric or Frank Kaminsky, I think that has to give you a lot of cause for pause.
Oh, definitely. But that being said, realistically, where do you see them getting bounced at?
Second round.
Okay. So all this conversation could have been ended 20 minutes ago.
What? So this is the thing, Terry. So are we only going to talk about the Nets and fucking who out of the West? The Nets, the Lakers, the Jazz. Like,
Nah, I mean, I don't even think the Jazz are going to do anything either. I don't think the Jazz are going to do much.
Oh, the Clippers. You don't think anyone in the West is good then?
Nah, Clippers, Lakers, Nuggets. Those are the 3 teams. But I mean, Nuggets, they lost Murray, so Nuggets are probably done. So it's just Clippers, Lakers, probably.
And the Lakers look like shit, and the Clippers don't have a point guard.
They got Rondo, unless he got hurt. Am I missing something?
You're not missing anything. It's just like how much confidence you have in Rondo to be your full-time point guard. I don't know.
We said that last year.
Now, Reggie, this is the other thing that makes me nervous, is Reggie Jackson has been starting all their games recently.
I mean, who else you going to start?
Reggie Jackson's having a pretty good regular season.
Playoffs.
We've seen playoff Reggie Jackson before.
Yeah.
Is this what we're counting on to be the best team in the West?
Rajon Rondo is going to take all those minutes. And I don't care if Reggie Jackson's unhappy. He can not play. I don't give a shit. You can come to the game in a suit if you want to. A tracksuit. That'd be fine. You're not going to play.
I want to find some way to get one of CJ McCollum or Dame Lillard swapped with one of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard.
Why? Because you need a ball handler?
I want both of those teams. Yeah. Both of those teams is like one needs a ball handler, the other needs a wing defender.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They would help both of each other out so much with that shit.
True. That is another thing we didn't talk about. What do you think Portland's going to do anything this year or no?
No. I told you they weren't going to do anything when you made your ridiculous pick that they'd finish second.
They're only in 6th. It's not even like it's that crazy.
They can't play defense, bro. They just can't play defense.
Who plays defense in the West?
The Lakers, the Clippers.
And those are the 2 teams we think are going to win
the Jazz.
The Jazz aren't going to win, no.
Yeah, because we know why. It's because their best defensive player isn't going to be on the court in crunch time. So it doesn't matter how good your defense is if you're going to be sitting on the bench.
I mean, he was on the court. They kind of just play him like out of the game. You know what I'm saying? That other teams just make it tough for him to be there. Like he is
literally like against the Rockets, he literally is not on the court.
I mean, that's one team though, but they're not the same team anymore.
But that's who kept beating them in the playoffs. So.
So should we expect the Jazz to make it to the finals? Is that what you're saying? But no Houston?
Ooh, I think they got to be considered in that top block.
I mean, look, as it sits now, if it stays 2-7 and the Lakers end up playing the Jazz, that's to say if the Lakers make it out of the playing games, you know, they're looking pretty shitty.
Yeah.
But if the Jazz play the Lakers, are we seriously going to sit here and say LeBron's going to lose to Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, and Rudy Gobert?
No.
And Joey.
And if he does, it's like, yo, this injury is this is the beginning of the end. If he does lose to all them.
It's not going to be an indictment on LeBron. It'll
be an indictment on Anthony Davis.
Yeah, it's gonna be on Anthony Davis.
Mr. I'm better than Kevin Garnett and Tim Duncan. Motherfucker, you're not better than Kevin McHale. Yes, I said it.
Chris Webber.
Yeah, I'd take Chris over him too.
Let's talk about it. It's a serious conversation where AD is sitting outside the top 12 maybe in power forwards.
Fuck it. Let's do it right now. Fucking number 1 all-time power forward, Timmy. All right?
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Number 2, Dirk.
Number 2, Dirk?
Yeah. Got it done without – he didn't need a big 3 up in Boston to win a chip. He did it with Jason Terry and fucking Deshaun Stevenson and fucking a tiny white Argentinian point guard. And he beat Kobe's Lakers. The run they went on out the West to knock – it beat like Kobe's Lakers, KD, and Russell Westbrook.
No, that 2011. 2011, they went crazy. 2011, they went crazy. But all I'll say is, just to keep the segment short, I'll say I like Barkley over Dirk. Dirk had a longer prime, but I
like Barkley. Oh, I thought you meant over Anthony Davis.
Oh, yeah, no. Barkley's better than Anthony Davis. No, I just said I like Barkley over Dirk. But, you know, Dirk he's there.
Fair enough. But then you could do Barkley 3. Let's say Kevin Garnett 4. Karl Malone 5.
Karl Malone.
Kevin Durant. LeBron James.
KD. We can't. They're not. We can't. Even though they got the minutes, They started off at one position, and then we can't switch them.
Kevin Durant is a power forward. He's a 7 foot tall dude. He's not a small forward. He hasn't played small forward in years.
Chris Bosh?
Nah.
No.
Anthony Davis is better than Chris Bosh.
2-time champ?
Yeah, he's better than Chris Bosh.
Oh, man.
Because this is the other thing. AD's second banana when he won his chip. Chris Bosh always third banana for his chips. He never moved up to that second banana.
I got you. Well, AD's got to win another chip.
Yep.
But
I think that's probably where Kevin McHale. I'll put him above Anthony, him as well.
Kevin McHale, Dennis Rodman.
Yeah. I'll put him up.
Draymond? Or no?
No.
Nah, can't give him Draymond?
No. Just the lack of scoring.
So I guess he's probably sitting at 8 then. Well, C-Web was C-Web. I think C-Web is better than Anthony Davis, bro.
Sitting at 9.
Yeah, C-Web is better than Anthony Davis, so that's 9.
Bro, he keeps doing this shit. I'm about to get to Bob Pettit.
Wait. What the hell was that dude's name? The shooter. Tall dude.
George Gervin.
McAdoo, was he a center or power forward?
Oh, fuck. Bob McAdoo. Yeah. Power forward. And James Worthy.
Ooh, big game James. I think he's a small forward, though. I think so. Yeah. Big game James is a big.
Oh, James Worthy is a power forward.
No, he's a small forward. He's like 6'7" or something like that. But, I mean, it's serious consideration when you think about it.
Right?
When you start thinking about it, because, I mean, Anthony Davis, yeah, he's a great player. Won the chip last year, but
great talent.
Who?
Great talent.
Yeah. It's just so many.
Hold on. When it's all said and done, are we going to have Anthony Davis above Giannis? If Giannis wins a couple more MVPs, AD never won 0 MVPs. If Giannis gets 2 or 3,
Giannis power forward.
Yeah. Where else is it? Yeah.
Well, he came in as a small forward, low key.
He came in at 6'8". He's 7 feet tall.
He's 6'11" now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Giannis. Yeah. Shit. Yeah. If you put Giannis in it, no, Giannis is better than him right now. I don't give a damn.
So that's 10. So that's 10. You're now looking outside in on the top 10.
Yeah, he's 11.
So I think it's time for you to put, as Kobe said, put your big boy pants on, your big boy trunks on, like he said to Pau Gasol. Actually, Pau Gasol better than Anthony Davis.
Nah. Okay,
1-2 chips. No. 1-2 chips.
I can't give Pau.
AD's like Pau? Like 8-time All-Star, 2-time NBA champion?
AD is a 6-time All-Star, and he still has about 7 more years to play. I can't.
Fair enough.
I can't do Pau.
I lost the train for a little bit there. I got a little too excited.
Yeah. But now it's not.
But like he said, it's time to put those big boy pants on, man. And for a dude who's pick number 1, who's like generational, most talented power forward all time, it's time for you to stop finishing behind the likes of fucking Brent Bones Berry.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny, unfortunately, like AD, I think, is more in the line of like, he's in like the C-Web conversation. If LaMarcus Aldridge would like been close to winning a chip with Portland, he could have been in like that kind of conversation. He's better than like Rasheed Wallace and them, but he's on the in-between because he's been swept by teams that are worse than him. He couldn't take a team to the playoffs by himself, barely. He did it twice. He played with LeBron and won a chip, and he looked good, but that's just one season where he looked like a top, 3 player, top 4 player. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I mean, he don't really do too much for me, man.
Hey, let me ask you this question. Before meeting up with LeBron, whose playoff resume would you rather have? Anthony Davis or Al Horford?
Resume? Al Horford, definitely, yeah. Not even close.
Davis, it's time to step it up, my guy. Right?
Yeah. Not even thinking about it. It's like, yeah, definitely. Shit, man. AD, man. Damn.
Yeah. Indictment.
Yeah, and we're not gonna hear any AD fans be like, no way. No one's an AD fan.
Right? Except for Gillette.
Yeah. And all the GMs in the NBA from like the past 7 years that said Anthony Davis is definitely the guy you need to have on your team. Why?
And you know what the funny thing is, dude? It's still just so early. Like MJ didn't win his first chip until 30. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still early for AD. He's not even 30 yet, is he? Isn't he like 29?
I think he's 27. I think he's 27, bro. Let me see how.
We're doing all this to condemn a dude who's like really still like entering his prime.
He's young. He just turned 28 53 days ago.
Yeah. And we're comparing you to like the full careers.
Yeah.
He still has 10 years left.
He's got enough time to be the best. Left. Well, I don't. Can he pass Tim Duncan? His first, what are we at? 7 years? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's playing the NBA 9 years. His first 7 years are questionable as hell.
He's asked if he could pass the best power forward of all time. No.
You don't think
Unless he wins the next 8 chips as the best player on the team.
If he looked like last year, like he looks bad now, but like if he looked like last year for the next 5 years, say he wins like 2 chips. They win 2 chips.
It all depends about the deferring thing, man. If LeBron is still carrying the torch in 5 years and you're still the second banana, like no. You gotta take the torch at some time, man. And it's not gonna be passed to you. You have to take it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, but with that being said, Tim Duncan has 2 Finals MVPs, if I'm not mistaken? Yep. Or is it? He's got 2 or 3?
It's one of the 2. It's 2 or 3.
So I mean,
but that's only because guards get the ball more in the finals. Like I don't even like counting finals MVP things because they're so like dependent on coaching adjustments and shit like that. You know what I mean?
I hear you. But so what is his potential? What's AD's potential? Second best? Third best? Fourth best? I don't think I can ever put him above Charles Barkley. That'll be hard. Like Barkley was a monster.
I mean, he'd have to be the best player in the league, or the second best player in the league.
I don't know if he's ever going to do that.
Let's see what he looks like at 31. You know what I mean? He might be that guy. Yeah. But this is why, like what we were saying earlier, is like the mental side of things are just important as the physical side when evaluating prospects. Yeah. And Anthony Davis had the all-time physical profile of a basketball player as far as a prospect. But it takes a while to learn how to be a leader and how to be the man and how to be clutch, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, plus AD,
he's still learning.
Well, the thing is, AD doesn't have a regular season MVP and he doesn't have a finals MVP. Tim Duncan has 3 finals MVPs and 2 regular season MVPs. Charles Barkley has a regular season MVP. Karl Malone has 1. Dirk has 1, and he has a finals MVP. You know, Kevin McHale, does he have a finals MVP or no?
I don't know. I wasn't alive back then.
But, I mean, those guys, they got MVPs. KG's got a MVP.
Yep.
You know, like, if you want to get mentioned with these dudes, you got to give me something.
I'm with you. Or finally move to center.
There's still time.
Right? There's still time, Anthony Davis.
But nah, even if he moves to center, he won't be in that conversation at all. You might stay power forward because if you move to center, you're not in that combo at all. He's bottom. He's going to maybe 15.
Not if he starts taking over like he's supposed to in these playoffs against these other fucking centers. If you play your natural position, you'll have more success, sir. But hey, what do I know? They just won a championship last year with him playing center.
And he dominated Jokic.
Yeah.
He dominated him. So we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Well, you know what we also going to see, Terry, is if Man City can finally get it done in the Champions League.
Ole, 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 ole. I don't know. Right?
Not since the Jolion Lescott days with Gareth Barry have we been so excited.
The good old days, right when the ownership switched.
Right to watch Joe miss a tap-in with his right foot in the 6-yard box.
Only true fans know about the old city. Nobody was a real fan yet.
Right? We're the last ones. It was like us and people who lived in Manchester. And then like
You know what? I'm gonna have to G check a couple of these City fans. Grant, I don't know when you started being a fan. I'm gonna have to ask you. Grant's a City fan, which is weird. I'm trying to think who else is.
I don't remember him saying nothing about City growing up.
He posts about City a lot on Instagram now, but I don't remember. I don't know who he liked before. But
Shout out to Grant.
yeah, he likes City now. Who the fuck else likes City? It's a bunch of other people, but I think they just hopped on the bandwagon. Like I was a fan
when Alexander Kolarov was first signed.
Yeah. I was a fan before.
You don't remember when Micah Richards was the best player in FIFA? You're not a City fan.
One of the few guys that could stop Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Micah Richards burst onto the scene, son.
And then he burst out of his suit jacket.
But yeah, if you weren't a fan before Aguero got signed, I can't fuck with you. No. I was a fan when Robinho was there, when Balotelli got signed. When I remember those dudes. Lescott, company was young. Oh. We had Jerome Boateng, and he was a right back.
Yep.
Come on, bro. Josh Hart.
Bellamy, Adam Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah.
The rapist squad.
Adam Johnson.
All the fast white wife beaters.
Hey, Adam Johnson. Good, yo. Who was that bald dude that was good? Was his last name Ball or was it Johnson, that one midfielder?
Oh, it was Ireland.
Yeah. Yep, Josh. It was Josh Ireland or Joe Ireland?
Joe Ireland.
Something like that. He was good.
Yeah. Man, I forgot about his ass for a second.
Yeah. The number 7. They had a good team.
They did.
It was decent.
Well, this year could finally be the year.
This is where we can transition.
Up 2-1, right?
Yeah.
You got
notes? You got any notes on the first game? Because we didn't talk about it.
Yeah, I got some notes on the first game. This has to be finally the year because all the breaks are working out for you guys. Those 2 goals, Terry, were the shittiest, luckiest 2 goals I've ever seen at a Champions League semifinal level. The first one, for everyone who didn't see it, Kevin De Bruyne crosses the ball into the far post of the 18-yard box.
Mm-hmm.
None of the defenders from PSG attempt to head the ball at any point. It bounces in the 6-yard box untouched and goes into the far side of the goal.
Beautiful goal. One of the best shots I've ever seen.
Definitely a cross that everyone just stared at, including the goalie, until it was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, it was a hell of a cross. Like, the cross was nice.
Oh, delicious cross. No excuse not to head it.
Yeah, not a single person. Yeah, no one touches it. That was a lucky one. But the second one was even worse.
Why would you tell them that?
So the second one, but I can see why, like, they didn't expect it because it's Kevin De Bruyne on the ball. You don't think Mahrez is going to take the shot. De Bruyne is one of the best, I would probably say all time. It's not egregious to say like all time dead ball strikers of a ball. Like he's great.
Yeah.
Mahrez sneaks up and he takes it and it goes in between the wall, like straight up in between the wall. Like the 2 dudes are just like, oh, uh-oh. And it just goes right in. And Keylor Navas is like, I have a wall for a reason. What the fuck is going on here? And that was the second sneaky one. Right through them boys. Swiss cheese, baby.
Mm-hmm.
We'll take it. And we go up 2-1. And we never look back. Because then what's his name got a red card? Issa Gay, not Issa Rae. Isn't that his name? Something like that?
Yeah.
What's his real name?
It's Gay.
Issa Gay? Yeah. So he got a red. I mean, and then we should have put him away. We should have got
a well-deserved red, by the way. That was an egregious tackle.
When I saw it in real time, though.
Terry.
What you say?
I got a question for you, man.
Yeah.
Who built the worst wall? PSG or Donald Trump?
China.
Oh.
That wall is not that tall of a wall.
Keep all that outside information outside. All right? We're Chinese. We don't need the internet. We have all the answers right here.
It's so hilarious to me that, like, back in, what was that, like 1500s? I mean, I may be wrong. Who cares? Like, there's a 20-foot wall, and everyone's like, damn, can't get around that. Like, come on, bro. Y'all couldn't stack up on top of each other.
They probably did some. You know how they did back in the day, where like the only way they could get people to not do shit is be like try to make them afraid of God. To be like, bro, if you get once you get to the top of the wall, God sears your fingers off right at your second knuckle. They just made up some story about how God don't want you higher than 20 feet, and then everyone was like, "Oh, we don't need to get over there." Oh, no.
Probably, but no, they had some good security. So I mean, as far as like the first game went okay. Like we played fine. We just didn't. We don't have a striker. Aguero's going to be back. It looks like for the game, so we should look a little better. Like actual opportunity and scoring wise, we should look like a team that actually has chances that are real, because you could definitely tell through the game, like it was certain points when you had the ball and there literally was no one up top. It was just a bunch of guys just floating around just trying to get the ball open. And then, but if you don't have a striker, it looks stupid. It looks silly. I'm just surprised they had an opportunity to score, honestly.
He didn't even play with a striker. He was like, we're not even going to try to have one. We're just going
to they had the formation set where De Bruyne was like going to be the striker guy, but De Bruyne was like, look, I ain't no striker. I'm going to get this ball and try to cross it in. If somebody's there, they're there. If not, we'll just keep it.
What an indictment that y'all spent all these billions of dollars to play fucking 7 midfielders. Unbelievable.
Hey, man, striker is a hard position to predict, man. How many great strikers are there, bro? If we're being completely honest. Well, like 6?
Fair enough. Still let Iheanacho go for free. Could use him right now, tearing shit up at Leicester.
Man, he's okay, though. Like, he's all right. He's not great.
He's all right, but he's not real. But neither is Gabriel Jesus.
But Iheanacho – Take a listen. Iheanacho is good. Was he City quality, though? No. I'm not just about to plug in somebody just because we were missing that position.
Let me ask you a question. You think these 2 17-year-olds you guys bought from Brazil are City quality?
Nah, they're dribblers. They're not strikers, so I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see. But isn't that like their designated position? Is it striker? Like in their position striker, or are they just like attacking mids or what?
I think one's a winger and the other's a striker. But said, they're both dribblers. My only point with Iheanacho is he's still really fucking young. He's still like 23 or 22.
I don't know how old he is, but he's not good enough to be on the team. Neither is Dzeko. Dzeko's tearing it up in Italy, but he wasn't good enough to be on the team. Like the team, every position, there's someone that's getting paid an amount of money that they deserve to get because they've had good form. Iheanacho was just a young kid. He was just a young kid that was skying shit in the 6, so we got rid of his ass. There's no problem there. He looks good for Leicester, but they trust him. The only
problem is when Kevin De Bruyne has to play fucking false 9 in the Champions League semifinals. That's when the problem occurs. And now you take your best on-ball creator and you want him to be the finisher instead of the supplier. And it's only through fucking good luck and providence that it worked.
His supply is so good that he scored a goal with a cross. That's how good he is.
By accident, right. He's so good at finishing that his fucking cross, his supply was a finish.
It's so good that it went in between everyone. Everyone was like, oh my God, that's a good ball. Even the keeper didn't move.
I didn't know you could green a cross. Apparently you can.
With that being said, PSG didn't give us the best performance that they could give us. First half, though, they looked really well. They looked really good.
They did.
If they give us a full 90 of what they did in the first half, we're going to have some problems. But I think it'll be totally different if Aguero is able to play at least 30 minutes. He may not be able to give you the full 90, but if he can give you some time, we're going to look a lot more dangerous than we did in the last game. And it's going to be a problem for PSG.
I'll tell you who I'm most excited to see play. And when you go back and look at the greatest players to ever play soccer, they always have like a coming out party and like a big game as a youngster. Mm-hmm. And for me, I'm looking at Phil Foden as this needs to be your coming out party.
You think this is going to be the game?
I think this is going to be the game, man. He played a good game in the first leg. Yeah. Ultimately wasted a one-on-one that he should have put away, but blasted into the center of the goal.
I thought he got pushed hard.
I mean, he's weak.
Yeah, he's a small kid.
Yeah. But when anyone who like turns out to be a world class player, there was like the one big moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think everything is aligning for him, like having to really earn his appearances. Pep saying that he's like the most talented young player he's ever worked with over Messi, but still keeping him on the bench for all these dudes.
Yeah.
And this year, he finally takes over as like the mostly full-time starter.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like the season that Busquets took over from Yaya Toure, where he didn't like start every game, but he started to start like 2/3 of them.
Yeah.
And then after that season, it was like he became world class.
Yeah.
I think it might be what we see from Foden.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, it is something to say that like he's starting over Sterling, he's starting over Bernardo Silva. You know, they started over that new kid they bought, and I can't remember his name. Torres.
Ferran Torres.
Yeah, Torres doesn't play anymore. I don't know if he got hurt or anything, but he was starting over those guys, and he's incredibly young. What is he? 19?
I think 20 now.
20? Yeah. So I mean, I'm excited. Mahrez is still in pretty good form. The team is looking good. With the girl back, they're going to look good. But with you saying that, the young players breaking out, I'm looking on the opposite side of the field. I'm looking at Mbappe. Yep. And I'm staring you right in your face. I'm telling you to do something. Because he didn't do shit in the last game. He didn't do anything at all. They literally needed him to give him something. Like, all they needed was one moment of something. He didn't give him anything. I think Neymar played a really good game, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, his antics and weakness aside, I thought he did too. The one thing that you got to be licking your chops for if you're Kylian Mbappe is hoping that John Stones suits up to play in Game 2 tomorrow.
Stones is playing tomorrow. He's starting tomorrow.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you know who the starting four is gonna be. I'm gonna give you a little insider info. Zinchenko, Ruben Diaz, John Stones, Kyle Walker.
No Laporte. No Laporte.
Nah, he didn't play in the last game.
I know, but maybe he learned from his mistake.
Nah, those are the four. Those are going to be the four in the back. Because they played a whole different team in this past game. That was, I think, Saturday.
First of all, that shit is dumb as fuck, and that's not going to work. All right?
Rest up, baby.
No. I'm talking about playing Zinchenko and John Stones together on the same side of the field.
Oh.
Right? And let me tell you why that's not going to work. Because you can't play against an inverted winger with an inverted outside back. It doesn't make sense. You're going to get exposed. If they keep leaving the width of the pitch to occupy the middle, then that's the exact area that the opposing winger wants to run into. That's exactly what they want. And so then, yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're totally right. I was just going to ask you a question. I was going to propose a question to you because you thought João Cancelo played well, and I thought he played horrible. João Cancelo's not starting, and Zinchenko's starting. So what do you think about that?
I'd like to see Cancelo come on and play midfield.
He might, and then who's to say he'll probably get subbed on? There's I think with COVID being there.
I'd much rather have Cancelo than Gundogan again if they're going to do that.
Yeah,
I think Cancelo's final ball is much better. He can those type of balls that De Bruyne put in for that goal are Cancelo's bread and butter, and he can play them with the inside or the outside of either foot. So he doesn't have to have the same platform of delivery every time, which makes him really dangerous.
I hear you.
The other thing I like about that now is if he's the provider putting in those crosses, then KDB can be on the end of them. So he doesn't feel like he has to start everything and finish everything himself.
Yeah.
So that's why I like him more than Gundogan. I'm a big Cancelo guy as well, and I was real high on him when you guys signed him too.
I mean, he was a good signing when we got him. He has moments where he's good and he has moments where he's bad, and it's just more about consistency. I mean, but at the end of the day, I think he got subbed out because he tried to take Di Maria one-on-one and couldn't beat him.
Yeah.
Yep. Pep was like, yeah, okay, you're out.
Yeah, that shit was stupid. And like 3 times. And then beyond that, you're letting Di Maria keep gliding into his left foot every time. You never play him onto his right foot and push him to the corner flag, constantly allowing him to come into the 16-yard box and now getting Mbappe and Neymar running the other way, stretching your defense.
Yeah, he was
completely
getting
unacceptable how he played him. But I don't think it's going to be any better with Zinchenko, who wants to go inside naturally.
Tale of two halves.
Why don't you just wait a minute? Why don't you just play fucking Laporte there at the left? He's fine playing left back, especially against somebody like Di Maria, who all he's going to do is cut into the center.
No Laporte.
Huh?
No Laporte. We're done with Laporte.
Bro, you're
We're done with Laporte.
Laporte is our second best defender.
He's good. He's just out of form right now. Pep was all, you know how Pep does. He's all about that form.
Yeah, why do you think he's out of form? It's because he had one bad game and he put him on the bench for a fucking month, dude.
It was a bad game, though. Like, the game was bad, son. You can't play that bad.
I don't care, bro. How many bad games have we seen fucking Vincent Kompany play for City? I don't give a shit.
Yeah, but Vincent Kompany's a staple, though. He's been good for years. How good is Laporte been?
Laporte's
How many years?
Been good for 3 years.
3? Vincent has been good for 10.
He's only been at City for 3 years. He's been their best defender since Kompany. And you're just going to throw the baby out with the bathwater?
Ruben Diaz has been the best defender I've seen since Kompany.
He's only played there 5 months, Terry.
Yeah, it's a short period of time, but he's been the best defender.
Laporte looked as good in that first 5 months as Diaz did. It's not until you stay there longer that they start to see the cracks in the armor.
Yeah, we ain't got time for no cracks. We're trying to make it to the final and win it.
And so the solution is John Stones and Zinchenko. Okay. You got no time for the cracks.
Stones played well in the game, did he not?
No, he was the one responsible for their goal.
You hating on him, son. Why you hating on
me? He's awful in set pieces, dog. John Stones don't know what the fuck to do on corner kicks, defending any type of free kick that's whipped into the box. Yes, he's fast for a white dude. Yes, he has some reasonably good passing skill and a first touch. But
reasonably good. For a center back, he's got amazing foot skills for a center back.
He's no Rafa Marquez.
So you're saying you think we should play for set pieces and not for the rest of the game?
No.
Like set pieces are important. I understand John Stones is not great at those. But
think about this, right?
Laporte just does stupid shit during the run of play, which is Pep's problem with him this year. That's the only problem. Like during the run of play, he's just making mistakes, like simple mistakes in which we lose the ball and you're coming at us in transition. And you don't want to see that with Di Maria, Neymar, and Mbappe. That's not what
you don't. And I think my thinking was, Terry, is that like if you're Man City playing PSG, you have to assume that you're going to have the lion's share of possession in the first place. So I'm not so concerned with having a ball-playing center back because we're going to see the most of the ball anyway. When we're most vulnerable is on the counter and offset pieces in the 25% of the game that we don't have the ball. So I'd want the defender to have strengths in those areas.
Yeah,
defending the counterattack and defending set pieces. Yeah. Not having strengths in maintaining possession when they're not even pressing Man City in their own half anyway.
No, I hear you. And I think it's just like it's just something that I think wants more. He loves having the ball. I think it's just something he values or sees that's way more important and just having it and having it with players he knows has like decent foot skills, like Laporte, great defender. But nobody ever said he was like this great passer of the ball or great, you know what I'm saying? He's a good defender, but he's not great when he has the ball. And his passing does mess up in times of great importance. He did it last year in the Champions League. So I'm just thinking he's done with it for now. Like he trusts him in the Premier League, but in the Champions League game, he doesn't like to play him. So, I mean, for now it's working. We'll see how it goes. They won 2-1, luckily. Second game, we're probably going to get a grow back, so we'll see how it goes, man. I'm just interested to see what's going to go down. Right. I wonder if Raheem Sterling is going to play. He looked good Saturday, but he did play Saturday, so I don't know if he's going to play Tuesday. You get 7 substitutions this year with COVID, I believe.
Yeah, he always looks good playing against Millwall.
Middlesbrough on a Sunday afternoon in the rain.
Playing against fucking Stoke. All right, let's get to the other time, man. Real Madrid, Chelsea. Now, we thought this was going to be an absolute snooze fest, but it was actually a pretty exciting game in the first leg.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
I think Chelsea are in a tough spot here, man.
You think so?
Yeah.
They should have scored way more goals in that
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I think now they have to, like, keep Real Madrid scoreless away. I think that's going to be too tall of a task. Real Madrid aren't scoring 0 goals.
Away at Chelsea?
Yeah, in London.
Yeah, well,
They're not going away scoreless. A 1-1 draw is a bad result at home. That's a bad result.
it is. It is. But I was honestly surprised. Well, the scoreline
Away. That's a bad result away for the first leg. Because now if anyone scores at you at all at home,
it's a different game.
best case scenario, we go to full extra time. Best case scenario.
Yeah. If it stays 1-1. But
yeah. Oh no, even if they just score one.
Yeah. The big is Ramos is definitely out. He's not playing, right? He's definitely still.
He could play. Varane is out.
Oh, Varane's out.
Varane's out.
Oh, that's better for Madrid.
So with Chelsea, the one thing I think for sure is they got to have Pulisic on the field and involved. Because when I watch them, I don't see anyone else who's like creating anything besides Ziyech, who just looks constantly frustrated at all times. As no one else can seem to get on the same wavelength as him.
Son, Pulisic, he looked dangerous throughout like the whole entire game, bro.
He did.
He looked dangerous the whole game. And I'm proud. I'm proud to be an American, honestly, watching him play after that.
I am too. And I was even more proud that he fucking looked right at Timo Werner for his goal and was like, yeah, not passing you the ball. Snap in that you can miss. I'm about to just dribble the goalie and shoot this.
Yeah. Dude, that was – he's just having a rough season, bro. It's just a rough season for Timo, which is kind of funny, though. What if he has, like, that Fernando Torres moment? Remember when he scored that finisher? I think it was against Bayern. You remember, like, in that semifinal game?
You talking about for Chelsea?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. When Fernando Torres was playing, like, complete garbage, but he had that one breakaway goal.
That was against Barcelona. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Barca.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I remember it. I fucking remember it, Terry.
Yeah, depending on, with the result being 1-1, it is possible where it's going to be like one of those results that we always hate, where one team is defensive and the other team is attacking. But you might see one of those goals where Timo might clinch it for him, bro. It might be one of those moments.
Well, I surely would be ecstatic. Surely would be ecstatic.
Hey, man, so what do you see? 2-1, 1-1? What do you think?
3-0 Real Madrid.
My God, egregious. 3-2 Chelsea. Clincher by Timo.
I think Chelsea just falls apart.
Nah.
It's too much for them. I think Madrid goes with like a veteran side with Marcelo starting out there instead of Mendy. Like, put the old heads in there together who are like, we've been in so many much bigger moments than this. And for all these guys like Mount and Pulisic and Rudiger and, all these young dudes on Chelsea, they're like, this is the biggest moment of our life. And I ultimately think the experience of Madrid will prove to be too much.
We shall see, man. I don't know. I got Chelsea in a 3-2, and I got Timo clinching it with a breakaway goal.
Ultimately, what's most disgusting for me, Terry, is that as a Barcelona fan, I'm looking at the prospect of Real Madrid winning La Liga and the Champions League after playing like shit the entire year. Nobody ever thought they were the best team in Europe, and they might actually do it. And we play Pathetico on the last match day, and Barcelona does.
That's a tough game for the last.
Atletico, if things stand right now, if they stay how they stand right now,
if
Atletico wins or ties, they win the league.
Mm-hmm.
If Atletico loses to Barcelona, then Real Madrid would win the league.
Oh, wow. Wait, how many games I got left? Is it just one game left?
4 games left, I think.
4 games left?
And Madrid is tied with Barcelona on points, but has the tiebreaker as they beat us in both Clásicos.
Mm-hmm.
So if we beat Atletico on the final day to go top of the league on points, we'll lose it to Real Madrid on head-to-head. So if we beat Atletico Madrid, we'll give the league to Real Madrid by doing that.
That's crazy. I don't know what you guys are gonna do. You guys might fucking just throw it in the towel. Some Madrid don't win the
Bro, can we get some protesters at these Spanish stadiums?
league. Nah, son, they still getting ravished by COVID. They're chilling.
Oh, man. Well, that brings us right to our habitual line stepper of the week.
Hey.
All right. And those are going to be all of your worldwide soccer fans, but the ones that descended upon Manchester. Was it? Yeah, it was Manchester, not Liverpool that they're playing at Old Trafford, Manchester United Stadium. Thousands of supporters congregated there to protest against Liverpool and Manchester United's joining of the Super League.
Yep.
And the money grab from two American owners in a British sport, which looked to unbalance the entire paradigm of how soccer is played in England right now.
Mm-hmm. All those fans, man, they went a little nuts. Not to say that it's justified, or unwarranted, but, they took it a little over the top. Little over the top. And I mean, like, I'm on their side with it. Like, the Glazer family is totally – you're doing the wrong things with the money, honestly. Like, Man United isn't even thought of like, as this great team in the recent 5 years or so.
Since Sir Alex Ferguson left.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's like the egregiousness, the fact that you even think that you're like this super team that can just break off from the Premier League and you have all this great gravitas or whatever the fuck. You don't have shit.
Wait a minute.
What?
I said Manchester United, not Tottenham.
Oh God. Man, you ain't doing nothing right now. You got Pogba, like, that's your big star. He's trash. Cavani is probably one of your better players, and he's 30-something, 35 or 36. You got this young boy Rashford. He's good. And you got Greenwood. He's good. Bruno Fernandes looking all right. The rest of your team, who cares? They don't even talk about Wan-Bissaka being on the English national team. They're talking about Kyle Walker. The whole it's just a whole bunch of –
Is Wan-Bissaka British?
Yeah. Actually – I think he is, but I'd have to look at it again.
Yeah, that's probably why they're not talking about him playing for the England team. I don't think he's English, bro.
They think he's Jamaican?
Yeah. He's playing there with Robbie Fowler.
But nah, man, the fans went a little crazy, but I am on their side on this one, though. The Glazer family needs to go. They're mishandling the team.
They took over. They pushed past security, Capitol Police style, got all the way onto the field. Had posters, banners.
They didn't push past security. Security just let them go. They're just like, fuck it, whatever. Like, who cares if you go on the field or not? We're just going to let this happen. We're not the police. They weren't trained for this. They kept saying it the whole time. Like, these stewardess were not trained for this. They're just letting them go. Nobody's trying to get hurt in this situation. And I was like, I feel like the stewardess feel like they're on the same side as the fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, Man U is just fucking up. I didn't become a steward.
They're like, yo, we just got a day off work. Like, they canceled the night game. Like, I can go home at 4 p.m. now instead of 10 o'clock.
These dudes, they're probably just like, yo, I'm in the same boat as you. I didn't become a steward to watch the fans. I'm turned around watching the game just like y'all. If some fans, like Man United fans don't really storm the field like that, Like, they don't have streakers. I can't recall, like, a Man U game with someone streak. They're there to watch the game and then go home and talk about Man U.
Yeah, and the other thing that people don't know about Man U is, like, in the city of Manchester, most people who live there are Man City fans. And they were back when Man City sucked, like 12 years ago. So if now, like, really the city of Manchester is blue, and, like, the worldwide brand of Manchester United is, like, what people identify with. Yeah. But I think more people are Manchester United fans in England outside of Manchester than in the city.
Yeah, probably. That's what it seems like. I've heard that a couple times, and it's hard to believe because Man U has been like the better
just the
team.
Perception from here.
Yeah, I mean, Man U's been the better team for 80 years, so it's really hard to picture that. But
dude, like when I went to England and stuff in high school, when my mom took me there for my graduation present, I was like, Rooney was my favorite player, and I was like walking everywhere wearing my Rooney shit and all that stuff, and like. It was like when I was looking for a Lazio store in Rome, bro. It's like I had nonstop people talking shit to me about wearing this Manchester United jersey.
Oh,
In
really?
the streets of Manchester.
Are you still a Man U like supporter, or you were more just like a Rooney guy?
Yeah, I was a
You're just
Rooney guy.
fan.
Yeah, I support what is it, Derby now.
Derby
Yeah,
County.
he's the player coach.
Oh,
Bill Russell style.
so you're one of the guys. You're just Barcelona, and that's your squad. You're not like following a Premier League team.
I don't have a team in every league. I got
got
Barcelona is my team, and then I have like favorite players from all over the world.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, City's my team. Like, I like other teams, but I'm not like a super fan for these other squads. I just watch them because I like the players.
I thought you were a Lazio fan now.
No.
Oh yeah, because the Super League didn't happen. You said if this shit happens.
Yeah, that's when I swapped the caps on. Yeah.
Yep, it didn't happen.
Yeah, nah. It didn't happen, so we're back. You see that.
Back in the clear.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to you guys tomorrow, Terry. I'm going to be rooting for you. For everybody who doesn't know what time the game is it, what, 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock. Paramount Plus.
Yep, got to make sure you subscribe to a different service.
Yeah.
Just to fucking watch soccer.
Yeah. I'm going to be at work, so I won't be able to watch it. But I know you're gonna text me like 57 times.
Just like the last time, bro.
Yeah. I was just like, shit. And then once you started telling me other stuff, I just blocked you. I muted you. I was like, I can't know. I'm gonna watch it on my own. I don't want to know.
Hey, at least you could turn off the ESPN score alerts because you got your boy right here.
Yeah, man. You already know. All right, man. Well.
All right, brother. Another great episode in the books.
Got another.
Please make sure you like this episode on YouTube. Subscribe to our podcast. Check us out at www.thehLSpod.com.
Mm-hmm.
Last week, I amended my article after the Derek Chauvin verdict. I wrote an article saying what the Falcons should do in the draft. This week, I've got 2 articles coming for you. One is a longer length article that I've been writing for about a month now on Pierce's impact on like the voting and policies in Georgia and how it really played down the Atlanta Hawks. My other one is about Justin Fields, the Bears' new quarterback, and what he could possibly be bringing to the Windy City.
Greatest quarterback ever.
There you go. So a lot of exciting stuff to coming your way. Also this week, we have been accepted onto Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So you can find us on those platforms as well for the audio-only version. Again, if you want to see my mismanicured mustache, please go to youtube.com and you can check us out there, all right?
Yeah, man. Hey, look, we did it the right way. We ain't do it like y'all. We didn't buy our way in. We put the
didn't buy no bots.
Spotify chose us. We didn't choose Spotify, all right? We're on there by examples and numbers, okay? That's why we're on Spotify, so thank you, fans. That's all I got to say.
Listen to that shit. All right, y'all. I'm Garrett Langley Henson.
Yeah, man. I'm Terry Carter Shades II. Thank you for stepping across the line with us. North Carolina, continue to stand up. See you later, man. Peace out.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.